Don't date in Medellin. I'm serious. Just don't.
It's going to start out with a more poppy, can you pay for my taxi? Within 24 hours, they're asking me to buy them a cell phone.
She just wants to have a little bit of fun, quickly. Probably, she might want to do some drugs. They want money for the babysitter, like $150 US.
Everyone says this is the place to meet Colombian women. But after dating here since 2018, I've discovered something that no one's really saying. And what's worse, a lot of guys are learning it the hard way. Throughout this video, you will hear from 2 expats around my age, which is around 36, and 1 retired American expat. All 3 have dated in both Medellin and Pereira. And what they said is the real deal. You'll want to hear this. I've lived for over a decade all over Latin America. And specifically, I've spent a lot of time in Colombia, especially Medellin. When I first came here in 2018, it felt like a hidden gem. These days, not so much. Now I'm in a relationship with a woman from Pereira, a city in Colombia's coffee region. We met at a simple language exchange. No apps, no pressure, just natural conversation. That kind of thing in Medellin is rare now. Let's talk about why. In my point of view, Medellin has become a hotspot for what I call the weekend warriors. Guys flying into the country from the major cities to party, blow their money, and then head home. The locals know it, and a lot of the women here have adapted to this vibe. If you're a foreigner, they often assume that you're just another guy here to spend a short amount of time, not to stay. What has been your dating experiences with girls in Medellin compared to your dating experiences with girls here in Pereira, where we are now?
Oh my God, so it's huge difference. So I've lived in Medellin for about 8 to 9 months, and I've realized Medellin is not for me because of that exact reason. Women there only want money. Every single girl that I've met, within 24 hours, they're asking me to buy them a cell phone. They're asking me to give the money for the medicine for their child. I don't even know you. There was one girl, I was telling her how the other girls were, and she's like, oh, I'm not like that. But then she starts asking me for money to rehab her house. She's like, I want to redo my kitchen. Could you give me the money? I'm like, why would I give you the money? I'm just getting to know you. I don't even know you yet. And she's like, well, don't worry. It's just a loan. And that exact phrase, there are so many women that use that exact phrase. They'll say, oh, don't worry, you're not giving me the money, it's only a loan.
So do you think that you have had a more authentic and genuine connection with the girls here in Pereira versus Medellin?
100% yes. So I have not, to this day, so I've been in Medellin, here in Pereira for about 2 months, and I have not yet been asked for money. So it's mind-blowing how much of a difference it is between Medellin and here.
Then there's the online dating scene. It's gone from shallow and almost good to straight up dangerous in Medellin. I'm talking Tinder setups where foreigners are drugged and robbed, and many have ended up dead. If you're serious about building something real, this is not the kind of energy you want to get caught up in. When I first came to Medellin, people were excited to meet foreigners. Now it's just played out. You're just another guy passing through. What used to feel like a cultural exchange now feels cold and transactional. So where is the real Colombia? One of the answers to this question is going to be the coffee region. Cities like Pereira, Manizales, Armenia, and so on. These places still feel genuine. The pace is slower. The people are warmer. The tourism hasn't taken over completely like in Medellin. Tell me about the differences between dating in Medellin versus dating in Pereira.
I mean, typically in Medellin, the type of girl you might end up, meeting is she just wants to have a little bit of fun, quickly. She probably, she might want to do some drugs. It really depends what you're coming to Medellin for. If you're going to the most popular tourist areas, you're going on the general apps, you're going to get a different type of girl. My friend told me in Medellin, he's like, I have a friend and she has a friend and we want to go to Guatapé, which is it's an hour away. It's got a nice lakes and stuff, but they want they want money for the babysitter, $150 US. And what that basically, he translated it for me. What that basically means is they want a fee basically, because they have their mom anyway taking care of the kid, but they're gonna pocket the $150, which is a lot of money in Colombia, and that's like kind of like payment for them to come with you. And then also, it's not just that you're gonna pay $150, which is not a lot for like U.S. standards, because in the U.S. you'll go to a restaurant, it's a lot of money. But it's the type of girl you're gonna get. She typically wants to just party a lot. She probably wants drugs, and she's gonna she wants a good experience. It's not really a more of authentic experience.
Here, family values still matter. People aren't just looking for the next guy with a flashy shirt, pesos flying everywhere, and a U.S. passport falling out. They want to know who you really are, what you believe in, what kind of life you're trying to build.
If you're enjoying this interview and you're interested in seeing more content like this, you can check out my playlist called the Expat Interview Playlist, where I have been interviewing people from Guatemala all the way down through Central America and now here in South America.
Again, don't expect to buy love anywhere in Colombia. That'll always backfire. But in Pereira, if you show up with curiosity and respect, people respond with kindness. What has been your experiences dating in Pereira versus dating in Medellin? And how have they been in terms of authenticity and being genuine?
Well, I think that they're two different animals. There's a certain idea about Medellin being fast, the women are fast, and to a degree that's true. A couple of years ago, the last time I was in Medellin, I had my Tinder. And within 9 days, I had about 1,500 likes. They are women from 20 and 25 years old up to whatever. And it's going to start out with a more poppy, can you pay my taxi, all the rest. And it's all of these red flags. I've met some wonderful women there, but you have a higher probability that that's what you're going to get there. When you come to Pereira, it's a totally different animal. You're not going to get nearly the hits of all these young women. I got people my own age, the 40s, the 50s, and closer to my age, and they're going to scope you out. It's a slow process. How long you here for? What are you looking for? And then once they develop a sense of trust, all of a sudden they start opening up. So it's definitely a huge difference.
Would you suggest using apps, or do you think meeting organically is something that's better in both of these cities?
Organically, the way to go, either or, only because it's almost like when you're looking for a recommendation from your friend for a carpenter, a plumber or something. When they're referred to you, they're recommended, there's a certain element of trust, off the bat. So, I'm meeting somebody tonight from my neighbors downstairs, and she's a doctor, and it seems like it's could be a good fit. Organically is always the best way to go.
Let's be honest, if you're coming to Colombia for something meaningful, peace, connection, or even a new chapter, it's not going to start with bottle service in Poblado. It's going to start about places where people care about real things. And like I promised, you just heard from 3 expats who have lived this experience. 2 around my age, and 1 retired.
If you liked the chat with Rob and you'd like to know his backstory on how he left Martha's Vineyard and went to Colombia, click here. Or if you want to know what it's like being a single retired American living in Pereira, check out the full video here.
We were in different stages of our lives, but we all had the same takeaway. Pereira and the coffee region feels real. Medellin just doesn't anymore. Don't chase the hype. Chase something real. If you're ready to stop being treated like a tourist and start being treated like a real person, maybe it's time for you to start looking outside the usual places. And if you want help figuring out where that is, or how to build your life abroad in the right way, let me know in the comments. I'm here to help, and the Living Abroad community is here for you. Let's do it together. Hasta la próxima.